She didn't even tell me I was fired, let alone write a letter. Combine that with the fact that you still won't respond to my marriage proposal. My self-esteem's really taking a blow. Not the good kind.
Of course I want to get married.
You do?
Yes. I want us to have kids and a house and a dog and grow old and die within a week of each other. But I want to say yes because we're in a good place. Not because you're afraid that I'm going to go to jail or someone's going to kill us, but because things are normal and good. And we're happy just being boring old us. For once, I want to do something the right way.
That's the best rejection I could have asked for.
It's this personal growth that gives me the confidence to say, hire Miss Castillo immediately. She will work tirelessly for you. No matter what obstacles stand in her way, no matter how hard the challenge, Miss Winterbottom is defined by her sense of loyalty.
Hey. How you doing?
I've got an appointment.
With? Miss Winterbottom. I'm ready for you.
She stood by my side through the worst times of my career. The pain of seeing her leave is softened only by the knowledge that she is destined for bigger and better things. Sincerely, Annalise Keating, Esquire.
Ms. Keating. You're late. So this treatment is court-ordered. For me to report favorably, do not show up late, do not cancel, do not. Do you understand these terms?
Yes,
Good. Normal to be nervous your first time.
I've been to therapy before.
Your nerves are about something else?
I just want to get better.
You showed up. That's a good start.
Doctor, look into my eyes. I've been breathing.
Down here.
How is she?
Still unconscious. Nurse said they found drugs in the system.
Oh, what drugs?
Page Dr. Lee. Tell him she's waking up.
Hi.
Frank. What is it? Frank? What happened, Frank? Where's the baby? What happened?
Everything's gonna be all right.
Where's the baby? Tell me where the baby is. Tell me where the baby is. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Tell me where my baby is.
Kaylee Cuomo and ABC's David Muir on a new Kimmel later tonight.
It's adorable the four of you showed up, the lowest ranked people in the class.
Next Thursday,
This is Lord of the Flies, baby.
it's survival of the fiercest.
Do not let them see you lose it.
The competition is killer.
What was it like working for Annalise Keating?
I didn't really get to know her that well.
And so is the bombshell
Everybody's better off without me.
that drops in the final minute. New How to Get Away with Murder, next Thursday at 10, 9 Central on ABC.
Right now at 11, President Trump's sweeping tax overhaul, more details, and how one top advisor cannot guarantee taxes won't go up for some middle-class families. A new rock slide at Yosemite National Park. At least one person is hurt, and the search is on for others. And local resident and actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus is diagnosed with breast cancer. How Hollywood is rallying around her. News Channel 3 starts right now.
Live, up and down the coast, from the beaches to the valleys. At 11, this is KEYT News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
A 20-year-old accused car thief is behind bars tonight. What's interesting is not that he was caught, but how he was caught. It's our top story tonight at 11. Good evening, everybody. I'm CJ Ward. That alleged car thief might have thought he got away, and maybe he would have, except for a device that was installed inside that car. And News Channel 3's Vicki Nguyen joins us live to explain. Vicki, that device led officers right to the suspect.
CJ, the car was actually stopped right behind me by the roundabout in Santa Barbara, and we were told that this actually happened much earlier this morning, the incident that is. A woman called and said that her house was actually burglarized, and she noticed that her car keys, her purse, and her car was missing. A low jack installed in this red Mazda led officers to 20-year-old Fernellis Bigelow Lighty.
Santa Barbara Police Department was notified by the Sheriff's Department of a low jack stolen car tracking device hit in the area of the Arriaga Street at the 101.
Police found the car parked near East Beach Grill. With help from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's helicopter, officers were able to track the car moving south towards Coast Village Road. Officers pulled the car over near the roundabout.
We arrested one subject in the vehicle who's been currently charged with being in possession of a stolen vehicle at this time. The investigation into the burglary is ongoing.
Investigators are looking into Bigelow Lighty's connection to a call they got from a woman who lives on the Lower West Side Thursday morning. She told officers someone broke into her home, taking her purse, keys, and her car. 20-year-old Bigelow Lighty is in jail and is facing 2 felony charges. According to the police department, no injuries were reported during both incidents. Reporting live in Santa Barbara, Vicki Nguyen, News Channel 3.
Okay, thank you, Vicki. And now to President Trump's new tax plan. He's promising a middle-class miracle. The White House claims the plan could save the average American family up to $1,000.
If we allow a family to keep another $1,000 of their income, what does that mean? They can renovate their kitchen. They can buy a new. They can buy a new car. They can take a family vacation.
But the details are sketchy at this point. The president's top economic advisor will not guarantee that every middle or working class family would benefit. Cohen also says the plan won't save the wealthiest Americans anything at all, but that doesn't appear to be true. The plan eliminates the estate tax, something that is only paid on estates valued at more than $5.5 million for individuals and $11 million for couples. The president says it's all about helping farmers and small business owners.
The farmers in particular are affected. They have wonderful farms, but they can't pay the tax, so they have to sell the farm.
But the Tax Policy Center says a grand total of 5,500 estates will be big enough to owe tax this year, and of those, only 80 are small farms or a closely held business. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price apologized today for using taxpayer money for charter flights. President Trump says he is not happy with the situation, and several departments are now investigating spending by cabinet members. Juliana Goldman has more on that.
Yesterday, we're going through this process. We're going to conduct a full review, and we'll see what happens.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders said Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price's job is on the line after the president slammed his use of non-commercial travel yesterday.
I was looking into it, and I will look into it, and I will tell you personally, I'm not happy about it.
Today, Price said he'll pay back the cost of his seat on more than a dozen private flights. But he, along with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt, are being scrutinized for spending more than $460,000 taxpayer dollars on flights while slashing their own agency's budgets. Mnuchin has come under fire for using government planes to travel with his wife.
I can promise the American taxpayer the only time that I will be using Mil-Air is when there are issues either for national security or where we have to get to various different things. There's no other means.
Mr. Trump's White House hasn't issued guidelines for cabinet member travel, so there's a wide range of behavior.
Price apologized and said he will not take any more private flights. He also says he will write a personal check to the Treasury for almost $52,000, but that still leaves taxpayers on the hook for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Majority Whip Steve Scalise returned to Capitol Hill today to cheers and a standing ovation.
You have no idea how great this feels to be back here at work in the People's House.
Scalise has been out of sight recovering from wounds he suffered when a gunman opened fire at a Republican baseball practice for a charity game that happened back in June. Scalise says the last 3 months have been challenging, but the outpouring of support from complete strangers, world leaders, and lawmakers from both sides of the aisle gave him strength. A health alert now. Centers for Disease Control is seeing a dramatic spike in sexually transmitted diseases, more than 2 million new cases since last year alone. The number of new gonorrhea, syphilis, and chlamydia cases are reaching record levels. That's according to the latest sexually transmitted disease surveillance report from the CDC. It shows that in the U.S. there were more than 1.6 million cases of chlamydia, 470,000 new cases of gonorrhea, and nearly 28,000 new cases of primary and secondary syphilis. And in Santa Barbara County, public health officials say the same 3 STDs are on the rise here as well. Some people who are not protecting themselves and are not getting tested. However, some health experts, like Jenna Tosh from the Planned Parenthood, argue a lack of funding is also playing a role in these increases.
The later phases of syphilis can present some very serious health concerns, very serious neurological problems, a whole host of problems that are not seen in the early stages. So it's really very important when a community knows that there is a problem with an infection like syphilis.
And Tosh believes this new funding will ensure Planned Parenthood will have funding to provide resources to take on this public health concern. 2 rock slides in 2 days. Massive slabs of falling granite kills at least 1 person and hurts others at Yosemite National Park. We'll have details on today's new slide.
We have a cool down on the way. I'll have all the details in your full forecast after the break.
Live, CJ Ward, Senior Reporter John Palmentary, Chief Meteorologist Alan Rose, and Mike Clan Sports. This is News Channel 3 at 11. Because you never know. You need to know. News Channel 3. On scene, on air, on time, and on demand with the First Alert weather app and KEYT.com.
Hi, everybody. All your local news headlines and big national stories are coming up tomorrow morning.
Plus, I'm going to have your full weather forecast. It's all on Friday at 5.
Breaking down the walls in my own mind, keeping my faith for the bad times. Get up, stand like a champion. Take it to the world, gonna sing it like an anthem. I'm so alive, I'm so alive, I'm so alive. You can make it on a wish if you want to.
Lease a BMW 320i sedan for $279 a month at BMW of Santa Maria.
Union Bank, proud to celebrate what's right with your community. Like the hundreds of veterans who ran through our area on their way across country to raise awareness and paid tribute to veterans in every community they visited. And this Carpinteria teen, who not only volunteers at the food bank, but along with his brother, raised nearly $10,000 for the charity in a recent triathlon. Just 2 examples of what's right with your community. Brought to you by Union Bank, member FDIC.
Nobody gets your carpet, tile, or hardwood as clean and healthy as Stanley Steamer.
That's why I call.
Call or go online for our $99 special.
Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Don't miss a fantastic evening with Herman's Hermits starring Peter New. a community celebration of the 100 years of incredible service of the Unity Shop. Tuesday, October 10th at the Libero Theater. Get your tickets now. Proudly brought to you by the Shumash Foundation.
It's time for the suitcase race.
Last time Kaylee Cuoco came to Kimmel,
Ready?
This happened. Tonight, Kaylee's back, along with David Muir from ABC News. Plus, the XX performs. New Kimmel tonight on ABC.
Another rock slide at Yosemite's El Capitan, and this time we are hearing from one of the victims. A family was driving their car this afternoon when a rock smashed through their sunroof and then filled the car with more rock and debris. The husband was driving. His wife says he was hit in the head with a very big rock.
Something came through our sunroof, but we didn't know it was closed. And we didn't know it was coming, what had happened, but it shattered and the dust just poured in.
Glass went flying from the sunroof.
And so we were trying to outrun it. It was like, go, let's go. And at the same time, my husband reached up and he was like, oh, my head, because it was bleeding profusely and hurting.
And the family says they were driving out of the park at the time, wrapping up a 3-day trip in Yosemite when the rock fell. The rest of the family escaped with no injuries.
It's a very common occurrence to have rock fall. Unfortunately, a horrible tragedy in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And a little more than 24 hours before that last slide, a slab of the mountain thundered down the valley, killing a British hiker, and another woman that he was with was hurt. It was the first incident like that to kill someone since 1997. Officials reopened the park this morning despite yesterday's incident. Climbers say the latest rock slide happened in nearly the exact same location as Wednesday's slide. And what you're looking at right there is video of doctors performing surgery when Mexico's 7.1 earthquake hit. 6 patients were undergoing various procedures at the time. Doctors and their hospital staff stayed behind due to the delicate nature of the patients' conditions. All operations were completed successfully, and 4 of those patients have been discharged from the hospital. A stunning cancer revelation from award-winning actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus. We will have a reaction from around Hollywood coming up next.
CJ Ward,
wasted tax dollars, resolving disputes, and best of all, getting your money back.
the only investigative reporter on local television, is on News Channel 3.
Level up with the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport with automatic emergency braking that could stop for you. Intelligent all-wheel drive and around-view monitor.
Wow.
Take on today the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport, part of the Rogue family. Lease today, starting at just $159 per month for a limited time.
Dirty Dancing, the record-breaking live theater sensation, is finally here. Relive the magic of Johnny and Baby's classic love story live on stage. Spectacular dancing, passionate romance, and all your favorite songs from the movie. Dirty Dancing. Don't miss it. You'll have the time of your life.
At the Granada Theater, October 9th and 10th. Tickets at the box office at BroadwaySantaBarbara.com.
Introducing the all-new 2018 Subaru Crosstrek. It comes with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus an economical 33 miles per gallon. And the lowest 5-year cost to own in its class for 2017 according to Kelley Blue Book. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek.
Visit Kirby Subaru in the Ventura Auto Center or visit Kirby Subaru online. Maintain the love with complimentary service included. Kirby Subaru, 101 Freeway, Ventura.
Right now, there's a child in Santa Barbara County in need of a mentor.
One of the surprises about being a mentor is you wonder if you're going into this alone. I wondered about that. You don't have to wonder about this. You never go into this alone and you never feel alone. KEYT is always there for you.
1 hour of your time can make a lifetime of difference to a local child. Go to KEYTASB.org or call us and ask about the mentor program. There's a child waiting for you.
Senior Expo of Santa Barbara is coming to Earl Warren Showgrounds on Wednesday, October 4th.
Admission is just $5 and includes a flu shot for seniors, free health screenings, free raffle and door prizes, and over 100 experts to answer your questions about home care, finances, legal aid, and more. Also, join a fitness workshop, get personal computer coaching, and take a break in the Caregivers Cafe. See you at the Senior Expo on Wednesday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to noon at Earl Warren Showgrounds. For more information, go to seniorexposb.com.
Actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus announced today she's been diagnosed with breast cancer. She just won her 6th consecutive Emmy as lead actress in a comedy for her work in HBO's Veep earlier this month. Andy Rose reports.
In a somber post on Twitter, Julia Louis-Dreyfus announced she is battling breast cancer, saying 1 in 8 women get breast cancer. Today, I'm the one. The Emmy Award-winning actress praised those around her for their love and support, along with her fantastic health insurance. The news comes on the tail end of a seemingly triumphant year for the actress.
We did have a whole storyline about an impeachment, but we abandoned that because we were worried that someone else might get to it first.
Earlier this month, she snagged her 6th consecutive Emmy win for lead actress in a comedy for her role in HBO's Veep, breaking a record.
I think you're going to dig it. Let's raise minimum wage. Blind people are people too. A very enjoyable read. It's complex. I'm exhausted. Journey is endless, you know, global issue.
HBO told CNN the cancer diagnosis came the day after her latest Emmy win. Before her current hit, Louis-Dreyfus shot to fame in Seinfeld, in which she starred for 9 seasons.
Sweet, fancy Moses.
Louis-Dreyfus has advocated for cancer research in the past by teaming up with the Livestrong Foundation. Several stars have sent support to the actress, including a special shout-out from fellow Veep Joe Biden. HBO says the filming of Veep's 7th and final season will be adjusted if needed to accommodate its star. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
Bring it on.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
A consumer alert now. Californians are dealing with an avocado shortage. Sissy's Uptown Cafe in Lompoc is monitoring the skyrocketing price of avocados. The manager says some places are charging $3 per avo right now. He says if prices keep rising, the cafe may have to cut sandwiches, some of them, from the menu.
It's hard to tell customers no when people assume that you have a certain product and they come to your place because they want something, and then you're out of it or you're limited supply. They might just find somewhere else to eat.
And the shortage of avocados is blamed on the weather and other factors. All right, Alex Piston filling in for Alan tonight, and just a beautiful, mild evening out there right now.
It was a beautiful evening, and with the clear skies we've been seeing, we've been getting beautiful sunset. We've got this viewer photo sent by Neil Clark, taken in Santa Barbara on East Beach. Gorgeous photo. You'd like to send us your photo, you can. You can send it to our Facebook page. We do love to get those viewer photos, and we're cooling off this evening. Temperatures in the lower 60s in Solvang, upper 50s in Lompoc, 58 degrees right now in Goleta. Today was a nice warm day, temperatures above average, especially in Santa Barbara. We saw temperatures about almost 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Take a look at Ojai Valley. They saw a daytime high of 97 degrees. That's about just a few degrees shy of triple digits, and we're getting into October, so a warm one, but we are going to be looking at cooler temperatures going forward. But visibility quite an issue right now, especially in Lompoc. They're looking at less than a mile of visibility at this time, so we are starting to see that dense fog pile up, especially along the central coast areas. So just make a note of this for your morning commute. We could be looking at some dense fog in the forecast. So here's a look at our futurecast that you can see going on throughout the rest of our day. We are going to be looking, or Friday that is, all that fog we see in the morning is going to burn off going into the afternoon. This is around 12 o'clock tomorrow. You can see mostly sunny skies, so that pattern we've been seeing really all this week of clear skies is going to stick with us for the start of our weekend, but it won't be won't be here rather for much longer. So here's a look at our weather pattern. Ridge of high pressure, that's what's brought us our clear skies as well as those warmer temperatures. But what we're watching, this trough of low pressure just off the coast of British Columbia, and what it's going to do, it's going to sweep down and it's going to bring us our cooler temperatures going into the start of next week. Now, we have been talking about this all week, the elevated fire danger. This is in effect through tomorrow. We're talking gusty conditions, gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour. So we're talking warm, dry conditions as well. I'm sure you felt it outside, but like I said, moving forward, things are going to start to change in our weather pattern. Now, as far as our daytime highs, tomorrow it's going to be a beautiful day. Temperatures nice and comfortable, I'd say, in the lower 80s in Santa Barbara, mid 70s in Goleta for tomorrow. Now, our valley spots will get nice and warm yet again for tomorrow. Lower 90s in Buellton as well as San Ynez, a nice warm one. Lower 80s in Santa Maria, mid 80s in Vandenberg tomorrow. Some areas will start off the day very cool, upper 40s to start our day in Paso, but they're going to be warming up to 93 degrees for tomorrow. Ventura County going to be warm as well, upper 70s in Ventura and Oxnard, lower 90s in Ojai, upper 80s in Santa Paula for tomorrow. And some areas have the chance to wake up to some patchy fog for your Friday morning. Now, I know a lot of us are excited for the weekend, and here's what we can expect with your weekend outlook. So we are going to be cooling as we go into Sunday. Temperatures, daytime highs that is, in the upper 80s, mostly sunny skies though, so it's going to be a great weekend to maybe head out to the beach. Here's a look at the next 7 days so you kind of know exactly what to expect. So we are going to be cooling off, as you can see, going into next Wednesday and Thursday. That's when we'll be back along average for this time of year. Now, for San Ynez Valley, going into the weekend, we're talking temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s, but you can see we really drop off going into the start of the next work week. That is, we are looking at temperatures in the lower 80s, so very comfortable, very mild for that area. That is Ventura County cooling down as well. We're talking temperatures in the lower 70s going into the start of the next work week.
Looking good. All right.
Looking very good.
Thank you, Alex. Well, O.J. Simpson could be released from prison as soon as Monday. The former NFL star and actor has been in a Nevada prison for the last 9 years for armed robbery and kidnapping. Simpson initially faced up to 33 years behind bars for charges which stemmed from a 2007 incident with two sports memorabilia dealers at a Las Vegas hotel. In July, a parole board ruled the 70-year-old would be eligible for parole as of October 1st. And now to some huge historic trees in Carpinteria that are making residents there very nervous. The 5 eucalyptus trees at Heath Ranch Park were planted way back in the 1850s. Some people feel those trees, however, could fall and kill someone. The city has used several arborists to evaluate the safety risks from the aging trees. One eucalyptus has been deemed unhealthy and needs to come out right away. And at the same time, a playground near the trees will also be removed to reduce any liabilities.
I don't think they got enough notice. I don't think there were no signs posted in the park, and I think that's very important if you're looking at a park and you're going to do a major change in this park, such as removing a playground and cutting down a 150-year-old tree.
No tree removal will occur without a public meeting and discussions.
And city officials say it's very expensive to maintain the trees and relocate the playground. If you've ever seen promotional pens with other merchandise that have promotional logos on them, well, you have the late Jack Nadell to thank for it. The Jack and Julie Nadell School of Business and Entrepreneurship was dedicated at Santa Barbara City College today. They held a ribbon cutting ceremony. College President Anthony Beebe says it will help business students' resumes.
Well, Jack Nadell is such a known person in business and international business that to have his name associated with your resume is going to be a showstopper for any student that comes out to get a degree from Santa Barbara City College. So we're thrilled about that.
I want people to know that Jack's dream of a gathering place, an incubation space for young entrepreneurs to gather and see their ideas take flight is really happening.
And Jack Nadell died a year ago this week at the age of 92. The National Police Athletic League boxing tournament is underway in Oxnard right now. It's the largest and most prestigious amateur boxing competition in the country, and it runs through Saturday. More than 300 athletes from all over the country will compete, including 50 local boxers, and they range in age from 9 to 35 years old.
We're expecting more athletes next year because next year it will be a ranking tournament. So next year we're expecting about mid-500s. If a boxer actually comes in first, second, third, or fourth, they receive national points, which actually qualifies them to travel with Team USA.
And the U.S. Army has 6 athletes who made the trip.
All right, coming up in sports, Packers pounce on the Bears, plus Santa Barbara Dos Pueblos water polo highlights, and all charged up. Dos Pueblos dominates Hueneme. Sports is next.
Hi, George Thompson here, America's most trusted name for diamonds.
George Thompson is the best deal in town, in this town or any town.
George Thompson was the only place to go when we were ready to buy our ring.
The diamond ring that we picked up at George Thompson's, my wife is completely in love with it, and she's also in love with the price we got for it.
George Thompson's is the best.
Right off 101 at Las Posas in Camarillo.
The all-new Barber RV has a lot over a quarter-mile long in the Ventura Auto Center. Barber RV is the largest RV dealership on the Gold Coast, full of everything you need to help keep your RV experience perfect, including parts, accessories, and service. Big inventory means big savings every day and super easy low financing. Enjoy huge discounts on all new and used recreational vehicles today at the all-new Barber RV on the 101 Freeway, Johnson Drive exit, Ventura Auto Center.
The best tailgate party is in the back of a Ram truck. Yeah!
That's right, Bobby, and we have hundreds of trucks with up to $12,000 off during Ram Power Days. Or get a new Ram 1500 quad cab for only $159 a month. And during the Jeep Celebration event, get a new Jeep Grand Cherokee only $219 a month. How about a new Dodge Challenger, now only $149 a month? Crown Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram for 38 years, a name you can trust.
With a Song in My Heart 2, back by popular demand, returning to the Marjorie Luke Theater Saturday, October 21st at 1 p.m. We're bringing back many of the artists, including Gil Rosas and Jackson Gillies, to perform all new songs from the Great American Songbook. For tickets, call 800-838-3006. With a Song in My Heart 2, Saturday, October 21st, 1 p.m. at the Marjorie Luke Theater, benefiting the Center for Successful Aging.
Are you ready for it? I see how this is gonna go. Touch me and you'll never be alone. Island breeze and lights down low. No one has to know.
And good morning, America. A lot of news to get to this morning.
The
only investigative reporter on local television is on News Channel 3.
The Dos Pueblos Chargers had their final tune-up tonight before Channel League play starts up next week. On senior night, the Chargers taking on an improved Hueneme Vikings team, but they're not at DP's level yet. Early on, Chargers senior quarterback Jake Ramirez doing it himself, slips a couple of tackles and races 13 yards for the game's opening touchdown. Now next possession, Ramirez hands it off to Eric Lopez, and Lopez does the rest, finds a hole, and off he goes. 47 yards for the touchdown. 14-0 Dos Pueblos after one quarter. Second quarter, it's now 21-0. Chargers adding to it. Ramirez to a wide open Cyrus Wallace. This is his second touchdown of the game. Dos Pueblos wins going away 42-7. DP is 5-1. They host Ventura next week. Ventura is shut out at Hart 26-0. 8-man football, Valley Christian Academy in Santa Maria. The Lions win 43-20. Highlights of both of these games tomorrow night. Friday Football Focus 11:15. NFL Thursday night football. NFC North rivals Chicago and Green Bay going at it. No video on this one. All right, no video. Sorry about that. Computer problems. Green Bay won this football game 35-14. Tortillas were flying tonight at Harder Stadium. UCSB men's soccer opened up Big West play with a flurry of goals. How about that? Pretty sweet there. Derek Krizda finishes it off. First collegiate game. A lot of new students seeing their first ever Gauchos game. Tortillas rained down. Second half, it was tied at 2, and Ignacio Teachia scores from an unbelievable angle. What a left-footed shot. 3-2 UCSB. The terrific goal scoring would not stop. Adrian Adames, half volley, and he rips it past Alfredo Cortez. 4-2 Gauchos. The fifth and final goal for UCSB provided off the set piece. Dunn High School alum Rodney Michael scores. Gauchos win 5-2. They've won 3 straight games. Second rivalry game of the week for Santa Barbara boys water polo. Dons won at San Marcos on Tuesday. Tonight, Santa Barbara playing at Dos Pueblos. Chase Raisin scores with the Dons down 7-3 in the third quarter. Huge game from DP sophomore Ethan Parrish. He had 6 goals. Dons lefty Jacob Castillo shoots and scores. Dons would pull to within 3 goals, but DP stops the comeback. Freshman Semir Ashadi with back-to-back goals. Dos Pueblos wins 12-6. Back to that Packer game, Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes. They convert 3 Bears turnovers into scores. We'll be right back.
Breaking down the walls in my own mind, keeping my faith for the bad times. Get up, stand like a champion. Take it to the world, gonna sing it like an anthem. I'm so alive, I'm so alive, I'm so alive. You can make it on a wish if you
Lease a BMW 320i sedan for $279 a month at a Southern California BMW center.
First little doggy was a white one. That little birdie was too. Second little doggy.
Leaving a career to follow a calling takes courage.
Pair of shoes and they were free. Bird dog.
A personalized financial strategy can give you confidence to take the next step.
Hi guys. Doggies off to see the world. Oh yeah.
See how access to JP Morgan investment expertise can help you. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Thanks to COM, I learned how to be a better father.
Thanks to COM, I know I can ask for help when I need it.
Thanks to COM, I know how important it is to model positive behavior and emotions.
COM is working to interrupt the cycle of violence by protecting the most important relationship in the world.
Only 1 in 4 children who've experienced trauma are known to agencies like COM. We will not be silent until we give them a voice.
Thanks to COM, I've learned that it's possible to prevent child abuse.
Hello, I'm Peter Noon, Herman of Herman's Hermits. As you can tell from my accent, I'm a local boy. So join me Tuesday, October the 10th at the Lobero Theatre for an incredible evening where we all celebrate 100 years of community service at the Unity Shop. It's going to be a smashing good time and we'll all be into something good and I look forward to seeing you there. Call the Lobero today and reserve your tickets before they sell out.
I shop and cook for my mom every week. I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 875-8875.
The high cost of housing is one of the biggest challenges our community faces. It has enormous impacts on employers' ability to recruit and retain employees. Coastal Housing Partnership has been providing solutions to this challenge, offering a full-service housing benefit to the employees of member companies. These benefits include significant savings, whether a local employee is buying a home, refinancing a mortgage, or renting an apartment.
Find out more at our home buying fairs and get started on your path to home ownership.
Carrie will do anything to get pain pills.
She actually caused an accident so she could get more drugs.
From PTA mom.
You've gone to school high, been around these kids high.
To addict.
You bring heroin into my home?
Living in her luxury car.
My husband told me to get the hell out of the house.
You stealing my money. You're physically violent.
You gave up on me. You've told me I wish you were dead.
All new Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil's at 4, just before News Channel 3.
Well, it appears that Justin Timberlake will take part in Pepsi's Super Bowl 52 show in Minneapolis in February. This, despite the NFL saying that it's not ready yet to announce anything. If Timberlake is headlining the show, his return will come more than a decade after his part in Janet Jackson's infamous wardrobe malfunction. Remember that?
That'll be a very big watched Super Bowl
Maybe it would be
halftime,
so
I'm
good
sure.
that people won't even talk about to malfunction anymore.
They will. They will.
Fix that reputation,
That's right.
And the dress.
Yeah.
All right, one last look at weather.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to be warm in the valleys tomorrow, lower 90s in Paso and Ojai. But place to be tomorrow is going to be along the coast. We're talking temperatures in the 70s and 80s.
All right. Like all those sevens.
Nice. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Stay tuned for Jimmy Kimmel. He's next.
Tonight on Jimmy Kimmel Live, 82-year-old great-grandmother Bella puts it all on the line against reigning 14-year-old champ Travers, whose braces came off 3 weeks ago and whose gloves come off tonight. A battle of the ages on Generation Gap.
I'm gonna whip your bottom, little boy.
Mom?
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Kaylee Cuoco. From World News Tonight, David Muir. And music from the XX. And now, moving on, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Coming. You know, I walk out here every night and I introduce myself for people watching who are drunk or never seen the show. But I had a funny thing happen last night. A delivery guy comes to my door and he hands me a bag of food. I eat my food out of a bag like a horse. And he sees me and goes, "Hey, you the guy from the TV show?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Johnny Carson." I said, "Yep, Johnny Carson." And then he left. You know, I do sometimes get confused with the host of The Tonight Show, but it's usually Jimmy Fallon because we have the same first name and because he's alive. So, speaking of deliveries, congratulations are in order for Khloe Kardashian, who reportedly has a baby in her. The father of the baby, that's where they go, I guess, is said to be her boyfriend, Tristan Thompson of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Khloe isn't the only one in the family who's expecting. Her younger sister, Kylie, is pregnant, and her older sister, Kim, is having a baby with a surrogate. It's interesting, right? 3 major hurricanes this month. 3 new Kardashians. There has to be a connection. And, of course, no one is more excited than Grandma Kris Jenner, who is about to sign 3 new clients. You know, I have to say, trying to keep up with President Trump every day has made me appreciate how easy it was to keep up with the Kardashians. I mean, they get married, they break up, they find a new rapper or basketball player, they have a kid, they post it to Instagram. It's very straightforward. And not only are the Kardashian-Jenners excited about the arrival of the new children, they're also excited about their new show.
For 10 years, you've been keeping up with the Kardashians.
I did my makeup so fast, I'm just not feeling myself. Your lips look amazing.
You watched Kourtney and Kim take Miami. Then Kourtney and Khloe take Miami. Then Kourtney and Kim take New York, Life of Kylie. Khloe and Lamar, Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. And now, executive producer Ryan Seacrest brings you just what you've been expecting.
It's so hot in here.
Keeping up the Kardashians.
I literally can't even.
OMG, I already have 4 million Instagram followers.
The first show shot in utero.
Does this umbilical cord make me look fat?
Peeking up the Kardashians, entering the world Thursdays on E! Following Real Zygotes of New Jersey.
Oh, that's... I watched both of those. You know, time goes so fast, before you know it, they'll be all grown up and hosting flavored vodka parties like Mom and Dad. I'm not sure if this is cause for a vodka party or not, but Russia and the United States, with all that's happening between us right now, have announced an agreement to team up to build a space station on the moon. Although I should say the Russians are calling it a space station. For some reason, the White House keeps referring to it as a golf resort / casino. Right? I guess Russia, the reason they're doing this is because Russia wants to be the first country to interfere with an election on the moon. And I wish them well. I'm sure the Russians love this. The president yesterday lashed out at Facebook, of all things, for being anti-Trump, which forced Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, to defend his company. He said, "Every day I work to bring people together and build a community for everyone. And that's right. If this election has taught us anything, it's that Facebook really brings people together. Zuckerberg did admit Facebook does bear some responsibility for all the fake news that abetted the Trump campaign during the election, but he insisted that overall Facebook gave ordinary people a voice to help millions of people learn how to vote, right? Facebook helps democracy the same way hurricanes help us water our lawns, okay? Between the Russians and all our uncles, Facebook is the most dangerous place on earth. President Trump right now, as I'm sure you know, is in an ongoing fight with the NFL